Hello, students. Today we will learn another topic, that is hand for a hand. What does it mean actually? Okay, well, in English, hand for a hand means to help everyone. Okay, so if you help your friend by giving him eraser, or your friend helps you by giving you eraser or sharpener or pencil, that means he is helping you. That is, he is giving you his hand. It is like that. So, this particular session is about hand for hand in our own body. Okay, in our body there are many organs which work together, just like friends help each other. Similarly, body parts also help each other. So let us see what are those. First is movement and coordination. So whenever you move, whenever you run, whenever you walk, whenever you eat, whenever you digest, every time all of your body is undergoing many changes. Okay, there are many changes happening, and only because of this, a hand for a hand, that is, each and every part of your body is helping each and every other part of your body. Okay, for example, a human nervous system. So right now you might not be knowing this, but nervous system means your brain. Okay, your brain, which is located here up above. So this brain tells every other thing, like your hand, okay, like your hand, your heart, your digestive system. It tells your digestive system to digest, okay, how to digest. Then it tells your heart to pump, okay. It tells your lungs to breathe. So your brain actually helps us. It gives us a hand by telling them how what to do, and in return, they also tell the brain that what they have done. Okay, that's why this is called a hand for a hand. Okay, hand for a hand. A hand for a hand means that in our human body there are many organs. Let's say stomach. So uh, a hand for a hand inside our body means that every other part of your body helps every another part of your body. Another example is that you are seeing this lecture through your eyes. Okay, your eyes is seeing a screen in front of you. It might be mobile, it might be laptop or a computer. So that eyes are seeing that, and that image is sent to your brain. Okay, so your eye contacts with your brain, like both are friends. Okay, your eye and your brain both are friends. They together make contact with each other. Brain shares information, and eyes also share some information. Okay, this is what happens. Okay, so that is why it is called a hand for a hand. Okay, now a hand for a hand, we have a small small activity for all of you. What we do is, let us see. What you will require is a chart paper, some straws. You will require glue or fevistick. You will need scissors, and you will need a thick thread. Okay. What all you will require? You will require a chart paper. You will require some straws. You will require glue. Fevistick is also okay. You will require some scissor, a pair of scissors, and a thin thread. Sorry, thick thread. What all are you going to do now? Place your hand on chart paper and draw its outline. Okay, so you will draw on some outline. Your hand's outline. Okay, so you will place your hand and you will draw the outline of your hand. Now observe your hand and mark all the points on the chart paper with your fingers bend. Now bend your fingers and observe and mark all the points. Cut and paste the straws between these points. Okay, so you will cut and paste the straws in between these points. Now pass the thick thread through the straws in all the fingers. Okay, so let's say that your hand is like this. Okay, it might not be a good hand, but it will tell what to do. Okay, so let's say this is your hand. Now what you have to do is, let's say this is the print or the impression on the chart paper. So your hand, and you have to place straws like this. Okay, so this is a straw. This is also a straw. This is a straw like here. This is a straw here. Okay. Between all these points, here is also a straw. Pass thick thread through the straws in all the fingers. So inside this straw, you must pass thread. Okay. Pass the thread inside this. Pass the thread through it. Hmm. Paste the top end of the thread that is close to the fingertips with glue. So here you will apply glue to the fingertips. Here. Here you will apply glue. Here you will apply glue. Here also. And pull each thread from the palm as shown in the figure to see how your fingers work. So if you pull this thread over here, what will happen? This finger will fold. Okay, this particular finger will fold like this finger folds like this. So this finger will fold. Again, if you pull this rope or if you pull this thread, then this finger will get pulled up. Okay, similarly for these all the fingers. Okay, so this is how you will get to know how your fingers work. Okay, now there are some notes that I want to tell you. The first is our body is made up of several bones and joints. Okay, our body is made up of several bones and joints. Bones allow us to move our body parts. Okay, that is the second note. Third note is the movement of our body parts allows us to perform our daily activities like running, drinking a glass of water, and playing various sports. Okay, so hand for a hand technically means that your body parts inside help everyone. Now, here consider bones. Okay, our body is made up of several bones and joints. Okay, bones allow to move our body parts. Thereby, they help us, isn't it? So, bones are our friend. Okay, getting it? Okay, think time. Discuss how the human body would move if there were no bones. So, how would it move if there were no bones? That's a question mark. If you don't have any bones, let's say humans didn't have any bone, don't have any bones. So, how will they move? They will move randomly. They could not stand. See, if anybody does not have a bone, it means it could not stand up, it could not run, it could not walk. So actually it would be like we are just sleeping without any without doing anything. We would just go here and there. That's it. We could not walk, we could not stand up, we could not see anything like that. Okay, that would happen if human body would not, if there won't be any bones. Now, there is a one question. What if one of the bones get fractured? Would we still be able to move as freely as we were able to do normally? Is it so? Consider a case that a boy or a girl's bone is fractured. Let's say leg. Okay, you know leg, right? So this is your leg. Just a minute. I'll again draw it. Uh, okay, so this is a leg, and let's say there is a fracture over here. Okay, wait a minute. I'll draw a good leg. Okay, and let's say there is a fracture over here. Okay, some part over here. Would this boy or would this girl be able to walk as freely as as we are walking now? No, that is not possible. Why is that so? Because what bones do? They provide us strength. They provide us strength to walk. They provide us strength to run. They also provide strength while drinking glass of water or doing any other daily task. Okay, so if they are fractured, then we could not do anything. We could not move this leg if this bone is fractured. Okay, getting it? So if one of the bones gets fractured, we will not be able to move freely. Not. We would not be able to move move freely. Understood? Okay. So that's it for this session. I hope you like it. See you in next one.